Namaskar to all. Today we will discuss about vision training program for children with low vision. The purpose of any low vision education program is to encourage and help each child with low vision make best use of their vision. There are three aspects in teaching effective use of vision, such as number one, stimulation of vision, number two, visual efficiency, number three, utilization of vision. Encouraging the use of vision is a vital role for the children with low vision as it enhances their development, their education, and their experiences. A variety of activities should be given for vision stimulation and visual efficiency. Meaning and importance of vision training. Vision training, also known as vision therapy, or consists of variety of programs to enhance visual performance. It includes treatments for focusing, binocularity, and eye movement problems. Vision training can increase reading efficiency of low vision children because the goal of vision training is to improve visual efficiency and visual processing. Children rubbing their eyes while reading, avoiding reading, or getting headaches while reading or writing should be evaluated by vision training. Vision training is also appropriate for people learning how to coordinate the eyes after surgery of or squint. Surgery for squint. Vision training can also be used in lazy eyes. Lazy eyes also called as amblyopia. Vision training can also be used in lazy eyes and includes patching the eye and doing various exercises. Then next point is aims of vision training. Number one, the aims of vision training to encourage and help each child with low vision make best use of their vision. Number two, to provide variety and number of opportunities for the child to learn about and understand his environment. And third point is there are three aspects in training for effective use of vision. Number one is stimulation of vision. Number two, visual efficiency. Number three, utilization of vision. These three main aspects for training of effective use of vision. Now we discuss about each one. Now first one is what is vision stimulation? Vision stimulation is the use of strong visual stimuli to make an infant or child aware of the vision. These children usually have very limited visual capabilities and no visually guided functions. Children who have little vision or not used vision need to know that they can their vision. They may also needed encouragement to do so. The next point is vision stimulation services. At what type of vision stimulation services available for low vision children? That is, number one is who have residual vision. Vision stimulation services required or need to who have residual vision. The next point is who have vision but not use the vision for visually oriented behaviors. Once again this point, who have vision but don't use the vision for visually oriented behaviors. The next point is who have vision but not learned to interpret what they see. Once again this point, who have vision but not learned to interpret what they see. The next side heading is activities for stimulation of vision. How to stimulate to low vision children. What are the activities are available for them? Now, number one is playthings. Activities for stimulation of vision. Number 1 point, playthings. Toys are more effective for vision stimulation because they are more interesting and easy to use. Many usual playthings are useful. Contrast can be enhanced by adding colors to the surfaces of the play items. The next activity is bottle with strips. Bottle with bright strips on white background attract the infant to look. Sound with the water in the bottle may give the child the other source of information, auditory information, and attract the child look at further distances. The next activity for visual stimulation is shiny object. Shiny surfaces that reflect light or strong stimuli for grasping plastic balls covered with shiny papers. The next activity is string of beads. The string of beads can be kept in a holder. When the string is brought closer to the child's surface or child face, the child can grasp it easily. The soft sound of beads and various colors of beads will be effective activator in early stimulation. The next activity is illuminated toys. Illuminated toys and balls are fluorescent balls that glows in dimly light will activate the low vision children. The next activity is flickering lights. When nothing else seems to work, one may try to use flickering lights or close distance. Because of flickers, the toy can be used by many children with very limited residual vision. The child enjoys the seeing light. The next side heading is produce for increasing visual efficiency. This is the second point. Procedure for increasing visual efficiency. The visual efficiency refers to the extent to which available vision is used effectively. It includes visual acuity at long and short, control of eye movements, accommodative ability, etc. This also includes the processing ability of brain. Visual efficiency is unique to each child. It's not a common. This is child to child is different. How our low vision child learn the distinguish patterns of visual stimuli, differentiate outlines, inner details of the object, and transfer this learning into two-dimensional pictures and symbols. The next point is visual awareness and attention. Visual awareness is something visible in any part of visual field, and visual attention is attending objects. The next point is control of eye movements. That is called as tracking. Tracking means the following the moving object. Use pen, torch, light. Ask the child to hold his head still while following the moving light or object. Increase the attention when the child is progress. The next point is scanning. Scanning is searching for particular objects or things visually. Place three objects like a ball, a model of car, a toy, etc. and note whether the low vision child searches in a line from one object to another. Ask the child to circle E in the sentence. Letter or numbers can be placed in different parts of the design or figure. The child is asked to pick up letters or numbers in the figures. The next side heading is visual discrimination. Visual discriminating between various objects or persons visually. It is the ability of the child to distinguish between near and distant objects. Choose objects which are familiar to the child. Mostly that is maybe coins, maybe piece of food, spoon, plate, chair, etc. Anyone you can take for visual discrimination. The object have to be recognized by looking at them without touching them. Then next side heading is visual figure ground discrimination. Visual figure ground discrimination. This refers to the ability of the child to isolate a particular picture or object from the background. Once again I will explain visual ground discrimination. This refers to the ability of the child to isolate a particular picture or object from the background. That is, seeing the distinctive features of an object. Ask the child to locate a particular spot on the picture. The child can be asked to identify buttons, belt, shoes, and also recognize actions in the pictures. Figure ground discrimination is the skill of perceiving and organizing the visual field. The next side heading is visual memory. This refers to the child ability to store and recall past experiences and integrates those with new ones. Hide objects the child has seen in the environment and ask him or her describe them. Present object or pictures like play activity, cricket, or picture of zoo, etc. we can show them for visual memory. It is an activity sequence on flashcards in a particular order and then remove them. Ask the child to recall the sequence in which the cards were presented. The next side heading is visual closure. It is the ability of the child to perceive a total picture. Incomplete picture they will show, and they have to find out the complete picture from the figure. It is the ability of the child to perceive a total picture or object when only a part is visible or available. Ask the child to identify the missing part in the object or figure. Note whether the child was able to do so or not. Example, picture of animal, picture of chair, etc. The next side heading is form constituency. It is the ability of the child to perceive the same object at different angles. Form constituency means it is the ability of a child to perceive the same object at different angles. Object like comb, spoon, knife, fruit can be held at the different angles for the identification. Pictures of tree, bucket, chain, spoon, etc. can be pasted at different angles and the child should be asked to identify the object. The next side heading is eye and hand coordination. It is ability of the child to perform a task using hands and eyes in harmony. Activities for eye and hand coordination. Number 1. Ask the child to put a particular colored bead in the thread provided. And second point, ask the child to tear waste paper along the lines that you have marked. Once again, you see, ask the child to tear waste paper along the lines that you have marked. The third point is ask the child to color a particular object in a picture. And fourth one is ask the child to throw the ball below the net. The next sighting is eye and foot coordination. It is the ability of a child to perform a task using eyes and foot in harmony. Then activities for eye and foot coordination. Number one is ask the child to kick a ball. Number two, ask the child to roll a ball and move towards it. Number three, ask the child to walk up and down stairs 2 feet a step. Once again, you see, ask the child to walk up and down stairs 2 feet a step. The last one is ask the child to go short routes by himself. The next sighting is factors affecting vision training program. This is main important. You have to concentrate. Factors affecting vision training program. The first point is while giving vision training, certain general principles should be adopted. Number two, try to make training as a normal program. It's not a too expensive, it's a simple and peaceful manner. The third one is arrange short training. It's not hours together, it's not days together, it is short term training. Then the student involvement is more. Then fourth point is provide a variety of items so that child does not become bored. So you have to provide variety of items, then the student will attract for training program. The next point is, fifth point is make the training fun. Otherwise it will become as a bore. Make the training fun. Then sixth point is include training of other senses such as hearing and other senses. The seventh point is work in the best lighting conditions. We have to provide sufficient light conditions in training program, artificial or natural, anyone. We have to provide them light condition or best light conditions. Then eighth point is work from simple to complex. It means that known to unknown. Then they won't get bored. They will be participated in interestly. When we show like this, simple to complex, their involvement is more. They learn lots. The ninth point is from real object. From real object, we have to show them real object. Maximum we have to try to show them real object. The next 10th point is start with action and sequence in pictures. The 11th point is lastly work with numbers and letters. Then stages in training. There are 4 stages in training. Number 1, by touch only. Number 2, by touch and vision. Number 3, by vision conforming by touch. Number 4, by vision only. These 4 stages in training we have to follow. Thank you very much.